Success and patience run hand in hand. If you don't have patience, it's going to be a very, very long and long journey in order to get or to achieve success. See, what people don't understand is that in this microwave social media generation, it seems as if everything comes overnight. And I don't really know if that's true. Now, for me, for a lot of the people that seem to be in my news feeds now that are successful, that are growing, that are doing all these things, for a lot of those people, they talk about the journey prior to success. I really don't know. Um, like you miss out on that story. They talk about the story. They talk about their story. They talk about their journey, and I guess people just don't pay attention. I don't know. For me, that's something that I pay attention to a lot. I pay attention to the journey to the success because, see, the journey to the success requires a level of patience, requires a level of forgiveness. And I say forgiveness because you're going to make mistakes. You are absolutely going to make mistakes. That's just what it is. You're going to make mistakes. And you have to be able to forgive yourself and have the patience to learn what's going on. And so, let's connect uh, patience and forgiveness. See, you have to have the patience to learn what you don't know. And for people who are in barber school or who have been in the industry for a while, you just open your first shop. I don't care what stage it is that you're in. You are going to have to learn. You're gonna have to learn some new things that you don't know. You could be the best hair cutter in the world. You could be the best barber in the world, and actually, we could be the best at that, the skill of barbering. But just because you're a great barber who can provide great haircuts does not mean you can run a great business. Hear me out. Like, and the big statement you hear a lot of people say, what qualifies you? Yeah, that's the real what qualifies you to think that just because you're a good barber, you're going to be a great business person. You're going to have to learn how to do business. Uh, you're going to have to learn how to do business and how to make things happen, and you're going to have to figure all of that out and maintain your other skills. See, and then that's where you start to spread yourself. I won't say thin, but you have to spread yourself out. You may not be able to make as much because you have to spend time working on the business and not in the business. And see, that's a back off. That's a trade off. That's a trade off that I had to make. This school process took over a year to do. We started it. It was started November. Now, it was an idea in my head for over 4 or 5 years, but it started in November of 2022. Yep. Started in November of 2022. And I knew then that I had to maintain a clientele. Like I have bills to pay. I have to do all of those things. I had to maintain a clientele, but I knew I couldn't go about building up a big clientele because I knew once the school was open, I was going to have to walk away from a majority of the clientele. If I built up booked out days every single day during that period of time, I was going to be letting a lot of them down. And this is just my opinion. I was going to be letting them down when it came time to make these things happen. When it came time to officially open the school, start teaching, I couldn't teach and cut 10, 15 heads a day. It just wasn't something that I could do. And I knew that. So I set myself up very early to understand this is what's going to happen. This is how it's going to happen. Right? But that was a process. That was understanding. That was understanding and working on the business and not in the business. But you've got to take some steps. You want to run a business? Run one, see how hard it is. Oh, well, the shop owner don't do this. Be better. Be better. But I'm going to tell you this, in order to be better than whoever you may be, rallying up against, is talking against, in order to be better, you're going to have to learn what they did. I'm just saying. In order to be better, you're going to have to learn what they did. So guys, you just really have to understand that like this, it's going to require a level of patience. It's going to require a level of forgiveness. Forgive yourself for making mistakes. Have the patience to learn the process, right? Just because you figured out how to fade in one texture of hair doesn't mean you've figured out how to fade in all textures of hair. So you telling yourself, oh yeah, I got it. And then you go get into another hair texture and you're like, wait a minute, this is different. Yeah, it is. Same process though. And just gonna let you guys know. Generally the same process. We were just talking, another barber and I were just talking the other day. We were in a little tangent here. We were talking about the fade system. And I said, when you look at all the fade systems that people have, generally you have to complete the same steps in every single fade system, with the exception of clipper over comb. The same principle still apply. You don't have to necessarily make the same steps as maybe an adjustable clipper. And okay, well, you throw in a detachable clipper. Oh, but you have to change. You have to keep in mind, you have to change the guards. You have to change the blades, which is basically simulating what detachable blades would do. I'm just so you can understand, right? A $00000A. For all intents and purposes, open, half, closed in the reverse order. Open would be the 0A, 0 would be halfway, and the 000 would be the closed. And we're talking about in that area. Just telling you guys from experience, man. Just telling you what I understand. You know. So, anyways, guys, not gonna hold you. It's late. I've got a very, very, very early morning. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Hope you guys have a good night. Just understand that success comes with true success requires patience and forgiveness. Forgiveness of your mistakes and patience to learn from your mistakes. You guys have a good night. Thank you guys for tuning in.